this sexed electric universe. The still magnetic light of the Father of all creation is one. The one light is the positive principle. It is cause. The moving electric Father-Mother lights of all creation are two. The two are opposites of each other. The two negate each other. They are the intercommunicating nerves of the universal body, like those of man's body, through which he senses things. They have not existence save an awareness of each other. They are but mirage extensions of mind, imagining which senses that which they but manifest. Each electric opposite conditions the other with sex unbalance. Each sex condition gives unbalance to the other to separate each from each, to increase the power of each, to oppose each. Each then gives of itself to the other to void the unbalanced condition of each other. In order to effect balance in each must become the other. The charging one must discharge, and the discharged one must charge. Voidance of unbalance can only come that way. Likewise, repetition can come only that way. The electric universe is the negative principle. It is effect. The two moving lights of the electric universe are two equal halves which express themselves in opposite directions. Their sole purpose is to oppose. Opposites which violently oppose and void each other can never become one, nor can they attract each other. Sex is the division of a balanced equilibrium condition into two equally unbalanced conditions, which negate each other periodically for the purpose of repeating the two unbalanced conditions. Sex is the creative principle. It is the dual desire force in mind for expressing its one ideal. Without a division of the one unconditioned light into two seemingly conditioned lights, creation could not be. Sex is not a thing, it is a condition of a thing. An electrically balanced condition of anything is sexless, whether it be a man, woman, electric battery, or the atmosphere. A sex condition is an unbalanced condition. An electric battery, which is fully charged, is dually unbalanced by the opposite electric pressures of compression and expansion. These two opposite unbalanced conditions violently desire to return to the oneness of balance from which they were divided into two. A short circuit between the two poles of the battery will give it that balance. We then say it is dead, for it will no longer perform work by expressing its desire for balance. An unbalanced atmosphere will violently seek a balanced condition, depending on the intensity of the unbalanced condition. When calm follows the storm, it means that desire for balance has gone out of it, for when balance has been attained by rest, motion is no longer possible. The sexed condition of unbalance in man is exactly the same in all phenomena of nature. An unbalanced sex condition in man demands balancing in the same way, and its violence depends upon its electrical measure of unbalance. When that desire is satisfied and balance is restored, man is as sexless as the dead storage battery, and for the same reason. Man is recharged into a sexed condition by his heartbeat, by the food he eats, and by his inbreathing, outbreathing. These are the generators which recharge the dead storage batteries of all the universe into sex-conditioned live batteries. A sexed condition and an electric condition are identical. Electricity conditions all sexless matter into its sexed condition by dividing a pressureless condition into two opposite pressures, which desire release from their opposition. All of the work of the universe is performed as a result of that desire in unbalanced matter to seek rest in a balanced condition. This is a sexed electric universe in every effect of motion. whether it be in the heart of a giant sun or in the petal of a meadow violet. Every action of motion in the universe is a result of sex desire for motion from a state of rest, or for rest from a state of motion. These two sex desires of electric action and reaction are the result of the two desires of the Father to manifest His one light through the extended Father-Mother lights, which interweave His ideal of creation into the multiple forms of that ideal and void them periodically for the purpose of repeating them. The desire for two-way motion in equal action and reaction is reflected in the dual electric desire to give for re-giving and to unfold for refolding. Now, words from God. Each thing in my universe is paired as opposite expressions of that thing. Neither expression is that which it expresseth. Therefore, both life and death of things which seem to live and die are neither life nor death. For all things in my universe interchange with their opposites and with all other things. Each opposite becomes the other sequentially, for I say in me is balance. I balance all opposites of pairs of things with equal opposite of pairs of things. Next chapter. Sex-conditioned opposites. The entirety of this balanced universe is thus divided into unbalanced pairs of father-mother sex-conditioned sex mates for the purpose of seemingly dividing universal oneness into a universe of many ones. No matter what names we use to designate one pair of sex mates from another, whether gravity and radioactivity, male and female, positive and negative, charge and discharge, centrifugal and centrifuge, I can't pronounce that, generative and radiative, integrative and disintegrative, plus and minus, heat and cold, life and death, buyer and seller, producer and consumer, import and export, emptying and filling, inward and outward, north and south, heaven and earth, growth and decay. All of them are similarly conditioned by the two opposite electrical conditioners. In other words, they all are being either compressed or expanded if we use pressure terms, are charged and discharged if we use electrical terms. Both are the same. Likewise, all that are being compressed or charged by positive electricity are simultaneously being expanded and discharged by negative electricity to a lesser extent. Likewise, all that are being expanded by negative electricity are simultaneously being compressed and charged by positive electricity to a lesser extent. This is a two-way universe in all effects of motion, and both opposite effects are expressed in both mates simultaneously as well as sequentially. This two-way universe. Electricity is forever winding light up into hot spheres, surrounded by cold cube wave fields of space, and likewise sequentially unwinding them for rewinding. While winding them into compressed light masses, they are simultaneously unwinding to a lesser extent. Conversely, while unwinding, they are simultaneously rewinding to a lesser extent. Every opposite of a pair charges in excess of its discharge for 1/2 of its cycle. It then discharges in excess of its charging. Life and death are good examples. Life charges a body in excess of its discharge for 1/2 of its cycle, and death discharges it in excess for the other half. Likewise, the sun charges the earth during half of its 24-hour cycle in excess of its charge on the night side of the planet. The night side sequentially becomes the day side. The discharge of night